you and the microphone and the touching the buttons. No, we are not feeling some archetypical relationship between Jin Djarin and Baby Yoda. You're 30 years old, man. Get over it. Welcome back, everybody. How y'all doing? Woohoo! It's break time. Once again, how are you? Grab a cuppa. Whatever it is you're shoving under your nose there today, pal, buddy, sizzle chest, chowder head. This is my grandma's teapot. I'm not going to do the song. I already started off with the song, and you had to touch the buttons. Pikachu, my executive producer, my drinker, the microphone boom mic operator and cameraman, and the Canadian Bear, our studio audience. This is pre-recorded, but it's live before the studio audience of stuffed animals from our Boston studios. We are the Comics Coffee Table. We are a geeky chill stream. We're the geekiest chill stream out there, are we? I hope to be. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what did the Rolling Stones say? We're the world's greatest rock and roll band. They said it over and over and over again. And who are they today? You got it. The world's greatest rock and roll band. Or is that Kiss? It is New Release Wednesday, and so we're buying our new comic books today. We are a geeky chill stream. We focus on comic books. We love comic books here. Floppies. You know, ancient delivery mechanism for entertainment and content once in a periodical serialized format for something called pocket change. These are 20th century ideas. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm just going to drop it there. How are you doing today? We're feeling awesome. We're doing great. I want to thank Yule Carter from Fantastic Comics for having me on last night. And that was fun. I started off the show how he ends his show with a Mike Nesmith song. And Mike Nesmith was one of the Monkees. The Monkees were a Beatles ripoff of the mid-60s, or a television creation about four young people in a band and the antics that they got into, and kind of inspired by the Beatles' Hard Day's Night and Help. So the Monkees had their own music, a lot of Neil Diamond songs, and Mike Nesmith was the one with the hat, and his mom, it was the inheritrix of the liquid paper, the whiteout fortune, and so they invested heavily in rock videos, and so they made a lot of money through patenting stuff. So yeah, Mike Nesmith, the Monkees, you know, hey, we're the Monkees, and people say we're monkey. Well, it's not that song. Yeah, that would get you, that would get you struck down with a hubris from Zeus on mighty Olympus with a thunderbolt. We rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. That's what we're doing this year. Last year, we had a great show with the 365 Days book, The Golden Age of DC Comics. That's a coffee table book, a hardcover coffee table book. It's been surfing my coffee table for near 2 decades, and it was given to me that long ago by one of my best friends. So it's a great gift for a geek, and it would look great on your coffee table too. And there's a link in the description where you can get your own copy. And so that gave us the framework we needed to, hey, we can talk about comic books every day. Yeah, and that's what we do, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily. If you're here for the 3 p.m. Eastern Daily premiere, then hopefully you're knee-deep in the live chat as well, hanging out, enjoying this comic book talk. I'm also going to my local comic book shop today, so there's a good chance that I could be doing this right now with you. I usually do, and I'm taking the summer off, but usually I'm getting out of work, and I take the subway to my village square, and by the time I'm hitting the street and walking in to the local comic book shop, it's showtime, and we have the ability to share New Comic Book Day together, and that's always nice for me because I don't make a pull list. I like the thrill of the hunt. So if I don't find something at my primary local comic book shop, I have a few backups. Yeah, I played the field. I'm not. Hey, I am polyamorous with my LCS, my local comic book shop, the brick and mortar mom and pop shops. They're small businesses. I don't, and since I go every week now, every Wednesday, it's great. Once again, I'm a lifelong comic book fan. Wednesdays are sacred. I call it Holy Ground, Highlander, or Holy Ground, Batman. It's like our local comic book shop. You can get back in touch with our community. It's the local comic book shop is the hub of our culture. It's the fulcrum of our culture. I mean, I love my local comic book shop so much that, I just start, I'm reboxing, rebagging, and reboarding my entire collection. And if you're new to this, if you're new to the show, like that's what we do. We go through old comic books. We look at ads. If there's a letters page, we look at that if we can, or the editor's page as well. I love looking at advertisements from old comic books. But what I like doing is I like getting my supplies at my local comic book shop. I need supplies. Chances are you do too. So I'm not using my big box stores, and I'm not using my online supply chain. If I can do something with my voice, my activism, my pulpit, my platform, my amplification of my truth, is that we need to get back to our local comic book shop, talk to actual other fans, see what they're reading, talk to the staff, smile. If you're having a good day, I mean, being in the local comic book shop, I only frown when I don't see something. Oh, I couldn't get that. Oh, there's a little brat that lives inside of me, and he sometimes expresses himself in odd ways. But I never, it's never about the comic book, So, you already sold out of Amazing Spider-Man number 26, and you've only been open for 3 hours. No, it doesn't work like that. And I've never seen that kind of behavior in a comic book shop either. And I've never seen the kind of outrage that we have like on social media at the comic book shop. I mean, you kind of keep that shit to yourself. It ekes out in certain ways. I mean, come on. I'm in a blue state, in a blue city, in a blue shop. And I don't wear it out loud. But they probably all know that, yeah, I am wearing an all-caps comic sweatshirt. I don't make a big deal of it, and I don't flash it. But, they got eyes. And they're not, nobody's stupid. So we kind of I think, but still, it's like, I'm not saying I'm saying I'm in the middle. That's what I'll say. But, yeah, it's, I'm buying my boxes there. Getting my bags there. Got some polypropylene bags. Still on the hunt for some for the Mylars, but I keep forgetting to ask. But it's on the list though, so that's on me. And acid-free backing boards as well. And yeah, I'm agreeing to pay the retail markup, and I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that. I know that I'm contributing to helping keeping my local comic book shop open. That means a lot to me. It really does. And if it's Wednesday, we're going over the menu. We will cover whatever I buy on Sunday. The Sunday is new release review day, and so whatever I buy today, I'll reveal on Sunday. But we go over this huge menu of comic books. I go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com/comics/new-comics. That's URL. It's Universal Resource Locator for those with the hypertext transfer protocol, gnosis in their fingertips, one could say. Let your fingers do the walking. Waka, waka, waka. Alrighty. Let's see. I owe you one skin. Here we go. IOU. Right where I found it. I found it right where I knew it would be. Like, I found those flashes scattered throughout my... Oh, wow, that's right. This one had a... Oh, wow, what happened here? Oh, it's some kind of miscut page. Yeah. It's a miscut kind of page. I don't know what that does to value or if that even matters. Some great art. Look at this fight scene between Batman and Karate Kid. Yes, I say karate. You don't say karate? I pronounce karate as Julianne Moore did as Amber Waves in Boogie Nights. Oh yeah, that's Val Armour, Karate Kid versus Batman. That's a great. Look at that, 12 panels. It's like kind of simple, kind of dynamic, and oh look, it's James Cameron. Right? Is that James Cameron? Is it? I don't know. It does tell you somewhere, huh? It's California milk. What? Processor board 2007. No, that's not Jim Cameron. And plus, he would have been 15 years younger too. But yeah, this is wonderful, wonderful George Perez artwork. Yeah, we already went over all of these, but I found issue 5 right where and I left it blank, so I can come back a little later and double it up. Here we go. And that's that. Yay. That's done. So now, hey, we've bagged, we've boarded, we've boxed. Let's get to the new releases. Gosh darn it all the heck. Woohoo! Dun, 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 dun. Now I want segue music. That's on you, Pika. We need segue music. Thumbnails with googly eyes and big texts. We need an upgrade. What? Our channel is built upon the principle of our lo-fi charm and low production qualities. That's what you get for being a fan of 90s independent film. Alrighty, what is fresh on the shelves this week? There's a lot of Marvel going on. Stuff that I'm not interested in. Like Carnage number 14, Doctor Strange number 4, Star Wars Darth Vader number 35. I should be eating that one up. That's like a Dr. Aphra title. You know what I mean? And she's on the cover too. And then there's X-Men Red number 12. No, thank you. Wolverine number 34. It's good to know that he's still got his own title, but I mean, they give any X-Men title a title to these days. To follow up from last week's conversation, Amazing Spider-Man number 27 is coming out with art by Ed McGuinness. Will I get that? I don't know. Will I look through it? Most definitely. I want to know if Kamala Khan's a Skrull. I think we would have known by spoiler leaks by now if that was the point. So... But until we see, you know what I mean. You gotta wait until Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve. You gotta wait until like a day after the polls close to properly count all the vote. I'm just saying, Superman Lost number 4's out, but I'm not buying that. $4.99 an issue, 12 issues. That's $60 for floppies, and the collection's gonna be cheaper. And probably easier to read, too. It's an interesting story. If Superman flew into a singularity somewhere in the galaxy and reemerged many years later, what would, maybe it's a lot like Castaway. He comes home and Helen Hunt, you know what I mean? Or wasn't that the point of Superman Returns? Is that, he took too long in the stars and he came back, Lois had already had a husband and a kid with that guy. It's not Clark. It ended up being Clark's love child. Yeah. And around the same time too in Action Comics, you had the whole Chris Kent thing going on too, trying to make a new Superboy, a new kid for this was before Jonathan Kent was a twinkle in their parents' eyes. that level of modern Jonathan Kent that we have now. That character's first appearance, I believe, was in Convergence, 2015. Yeah, I think, yeah. There's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 140, as I just found out on Sunday doing research for the new release show. I got the TMNT Street Fighter by IDW, and I did not know about the 2011 IDW new continuity. So color me a Mirage era Turtles fan, and that's where I am. That's what's under my shell. And yeah, I talked about that on Sunday. Rogue and Gambit number 4. I didn't nibble on that. I would have liked to have, but I heard bad things about it. I'm very picky about Marvel comics, about giving Marvel money. Let's see, Captain Marvel number 50. It's not made for me. I'm fine with that. Batman Inc. number 9. That's a Batman title. I'm hard to please, really. There's Cosmic Ghost Rider number 4, and I hear that one, that Cosmic Ghost Rider is Frank Castle. This is set in the future. So now that we know that he's no longer Punisher, that's been taken away from all of us. Cue the sad music, Pika. No, we're a lo-fi production. There is no music. Well, we can't afford licensing rights, and we don't care to go through all the free music to be like, this free music. Yeah, that's great. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones. Wow, zero interest. Sorry. Spirit World number 2. I would have bought issue 1 if I wasn't blocked on Twitter by its writer. Sorry. I mean, this could, piss and burn. I kind of mean, I don't want to mean that. I really don't. I mean, it shouldn't bother me, right? What bothers me is, like, I could be helping out my local comic book shop by buying something new, but because of the attitudes of the creators, I have to use that as a filter, and so I'm not going to buy that. And it's all because of Alyssa Wong blocking me on Twitter. I mean, seriously. What, am I not supposed to take that personally? How am I supposed to want to buy your books? Well, it doesn't matter to that creator of who buys the... only people that agree with you buy your books or something. That's as negative as we get in this show. There's Wildcats number 8. I mean, but it's set in DC Universe. Wildcats was fun when it was Wildstorm had its own Earth. I mean, that was just too many heroes on one Earth. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you like having the Wildstorm heroes elbow to elbow with their DC alternates? I mean, isn't the world? It's not Hamilton. The world's not wide enough. Clobber in Time number 4. I'm in. I'm all in. That's actually it's old fashioned team ups with Ben Grimm, the Thing, and this one is with Doctor Doom. However the continuity works these days, former friends, maybe frenemies. You were Reed's friend, never mind, kind of thing. I mean, there's so many things to plumb. All the hard times you given us, Victor. You know what I mean? This and that. We'll find out. There is Captain America Cold War Omega number 1. No, I'm gonna pass. I heard that Michael Straczynski is writing something. This isn't it. Apparently, there'll be a new Captain America number 1 coming out, and JMS is writing that, and I could be giving that a chance. Spider-Man India number 1. That looks interesting. It's multiverse stuff. It's a Spider-Man that's set in India. His name's Paviter Prabhakar. Yeah, and he's from India. And, like, why wouldn't... That works for me. I mean, that's what I like about... So we give multiverse such a bad rep these days because it's overused. It really is. But I'm a kid of the 70s, of the Bronze Age. The crisis was made to rectify everything. In 85, 86, that was made to fix everything. But before that, you had this splendor of different kind of interpretations of these heroes in different settings. So I like that. I just might take a chance on that. I should. If Spider-Man India is there, I will get it. It's not this character's first appearance, so it's not like it's a key issue. But, there's multiversity. Harley screws up the DCU, number 4. Oh, I wasn't into it 1, 2, and 3. I love multiversity titles, but I skipped on that last, the Teen Justice one as well. I mean, it was too pridey for me. And I don't want to, like I said, we got 2 Pride issues out this month too. We've got Marvel Voices Pride number 1 for $9.99, and then there's Pride Through the Years number 1, $9.99, and but I'm not the Pride audience. It's not made for me, and I hope that it sells. It's a $10 funny book. That's what I mean. But it's an event thing. It's extra big, and I just way to go. Sure. I'm not gonna put Pride down, or even talk about it. It's got nothing to do with me. It's true. Waller versus Wildstorm number 2. I passed in that first one, but it looked great. It was oversized. That's what scared me off of it, though. It was oversized, and because how was that going to fit in my long box? My short boxes. Or I have to get a special bag for it as well. No thanks. The Nasty number 3 is coming out, and I missed 2. That's okay. I got that 1, and it wasn't for me. So I'm glad I took a chance on it. There's something I've been interested in is Animal Castle. This was suggested by Megan Lee of the Noob Reviews, and so there's a volume 2. So this is Animal Castle volume 2, number 2. So I would have to catch up on Animal Castle volume 1, which is a direct sequel of George Orwell's Animal Farm. Interesting. Interests me. I just read Animal Farm again last summer. I'm going to read it again this summer too, because I think it's quick. It's easy to read. It's a parable, and I think it's worth it. And you're reminded of all the minor B characters, and there are no B characters. There's Old Major, and I will try harder, or I will work harder. And then what became of Old Major? Wow. That's the punchline and that dark sense of humor of that age. Yeah. Let's see. There's Star Trek The Motion Picture Echoes number 2. Now, this is the one I would have got that. It's on IDW. So it's being edited by everyone's favorite, but that's got nothing to do with me either. Honestly, yeah. I can just be as disapproving of people's tweets as people are disapproving of my tweets. That's my tastes, feelings, reasons. But that kind of magazine is made for me. I think it's Mark Guggenheim. Yep, Mark Guggenheim is on that. It's $4.99, 32 pages. And if they had issue 1 behind issue number 2, I'd get them both, because I want to buy Star Trek stories. I want to buy Star Wars stories. I want them. I know what you're being served isn't going to be that good. Murder Inc. Jagger Rose number 2. I'm gonna pass. I'm glad I tried it. Mad Magazine number 2 for $5.99. Mad Magazine 32. Wow. Mad Magazine's got a comeback. All right. If it's there, I'd get it, but I don't think it's gonna be there. Let's see. Wow, there are a lot of comic books this week. Let's see. Anything else? I'm going down this huge list of publications that are offered to like our friends, the comic book shop owners, and they are the ones that have to buy these from the distributors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 133? No, 120. There are 123 different serialized periodical publications on this new comics list for today. I'm not lying. I can count. There are 15 rows of 8, and 15 rows of 8. Math is not my strong point. It's 120, yeah, plus 3. There's 123. And wow, imagine if your store had to carry all 123 of these new releases on the shelves. Does anyone do that? Is that something that's, you know what I mean? Gee, wow, what an interesting proposition. So yeah, it's new release day. What are you getting? And also, all right, I didn't mean to skip it, but it's Green Lantern #3 by Jeremy Adams, Donna DC. I am looking forward to this one. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. You're going to find this out tomorrow when we're starting to bag and board my Green Lantern collection. We've only touched, this is like the early 21st century Green Lantern stuff, pre-Blackest Night. And yeah, we're gonna have to reintegrate Blackest Night back into the Green Lantern, and that's that. We're breaking up the Crisis Long Box. What's in the Crisis Long Box? It's the Green Lantern event, Blackest Night, and we're gonna pretty much go like real deep into that in the next couple of days. At the beginning, we're probably gonna start with Green Lantern Recharge and the opening of that next volume of. Would that be volume 3 of Green Lantern? Maybe it would be volume 4. We'll find out. We'll look it up in the book. Awesome. Can we look it up right now? I don't know. All right. We'll look it up right now then. I've got 2 copies of issue #1. I got a variant copy and a stock copy. When did this come out? This came out July of 2005. This is very great, and this is art by the late great Carlos Pacheco. Good stuff. Let's see if it says anything here. No, it just says Green Lantern 1. Because there was Green Lantern in the Golden Age, then there was the Green Lantern of the Silver Age. So that's Green Lantern Volume 2, and then came a new issue #1 way after. Yeah, so that would be Green Lantern #3 because Kyle Rayner inherits that volume of Green Lantern. So this would be... Yeah, this would be Green Lantern Volume 4. We'll look this up. No tape needed right yet. So we're not doing that yet. We're going to do that tomorrow, you two. All of you. We've got a stack of Green Lantern funny books because we're attacking the end of my DC alphabetical, and I also have the DC Crisis Long Box too. But part of that is reintegrating because the DC Crisis Long Box is it's arranged in my own personal, curation of the Crisis story, and it's time for it to be put in a new box because that box has done its duty. Like this box here, see its corners blown out. And it's got all these stains on it and stuff. That's from a beer that blew up in a homebrew, a stout that we made, me and my 2 of my best friends. And it got everywhere. And but that box protected the funny books that live within. And so also, the older I get, the heavier these things get. So I'm moving to short boxes. So if you notice that I'm using short boxes, yeah, I'm most definitely made the conscious choice to move from these long boxes to the short boxes. So allons-y, the adventure awaits us. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. And I'm sorry if I've been getting long in the tooth lately. I've been noticing, I look down at like, oh my gosh, we got to wrap this show up. I just start talking, as we just start gabbing in this conversation, and I look down, I'm like, I didn't mean for it to go on this long. I just been blah, 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 just talking about comic books. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Green Lantern #2 this week, and we'll be talking... I will probably more than likely get a copy of that. That's going to happen. So we'll be talking about Green Lantern #2 on Sunday. But we'll be talking about Green Lantern leading up until then. I can definitely tell you that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's going to be Green Lantern days. We're going to bust out the rings. We're going to say all the oaths. It's going to happen. It's going to be great. Pika, you could be a Sinestro. I think you would be a Sinestro. What would you be? We'll figure it out. Maybe the Red Lantern. After you see a shitty movie, fuck off, Power Ring. And Canadian Bear would definitely be the Blue Lantern. I'm sensing a theme here. It's going to happen. We're going to have our very own War of Light in here. Ha-ha! Huzzah! Thank you so very much for tuning in today. It's been the Comics Coffee Table. Bring a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, pal. Seriously. Take a break. Take your mind off your mind. Pull up a chair to our very own Comics Coffee Table. We do this daily. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. Join us. Please like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. We're a growing channel. We just passed our first 1,000 subscribers. If you're new to the station, tell a friend and bring a friend too and join the conversation. Keep the comments coming and keep this comic book shop style conversation continuing. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.